Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of the Strand Tennis Center podcast, filled with tips, advice, tennis, not tennis, just life advice too, whatever you need. Like it on YouTube, share it on the podcast as well. Thank you. All right, Georgie, how are you today? Welcome to the Strand Tennis Center podcast. My name is Steve Calpo. I'm your host. We got some guests today. Just happenstance, Kelly was coming in and we wanted to, I said, let me ask you a few questions. Kelly, tell me your last name again. Trazinski, perfect. I'm just so bad with names, Kelly. I don't want to mess it up. But Kelly played for Oak Knoll High School. I always like to ask former players, because I've never had her on the podcast. So you're always curious about, discipline, what you're doing, goal set, what was important about it. So we're going to ask her a few questions about it. How are you, by the way? Good. Yeah, going to Richmond, right? University of Richmond. And you were telling me before off camera you love it, right?
Love it. Best school ever.
So, before we get into the tennis questions, what are the top two things you like the best? You like the people, the environment, like the campus itself?
Say probably like the small school vibe.
Okay.
So obviously there's like 3,500 people, but all of your teachers really know you.
Okay.
And I found that going through recruitment for internships, that really helps because everyone knows someone.
Okay.
And when you have a bunch of teachers that feel like they really know you and they have access to all the alumni, it really goes a long way.
So it's going to help you with interviews. You feel like the one-on-one-ness, the understand, people getting you and under you, it's going to help you. You're talking about with the work.
Yeah, definitely. And even understanding, like if you get a bad grade and you go, I got a bad grade on a test, I met with my teacher. She pulled up my transcript. She was like, this isn't like you. I can tell. She was like, so this is both of our problems. I'm not just going to put it on you because you clearly do well. Like we both have to figure out what we can change, which doesn't happen at most schools.
Well, that's nice. I mean, was it like that at Oak Knoll? I guess
Yes.
It was very similar, right?
Yes, which made it easier too.
So were you finding, what was your other choices? Were there bigger schools that you were considering?
No, I was considering schools like Boston College and Villanova, which I'm sure would have felt pretty similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't think of like doing any intramural or doing anything tennis-wise out there?
No. When I originally was deciding between Boston College and Richmond, Boston College didn't have a club tennis. So that was a small little factor of if I ever wanted to do it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in regards to tennis, your development, did you feel like it came easier to you? Did you feel like it was hard? I mean, tennis is a shit sport anyways. It's hard. It's very difficult. But did you feel like your goals aligned with what you wanted to do? Like, you didn't have these, or did you have these huge goals in the beginning and kind of went like, I realized it? Or did you always kind of like say, listen, I want to play in high school and I know what I want to do and that's it?
I think I definitely thought about playing in college, and I went through like part of the recruitment process. I talked to a bunch of coaches, met a bunch of the teams, and then I was like, this is not really what I see my college experience being, especially with how small the teams are. I feel like if you join a lacrosse team, that's like your friend group. There's so many people.
Sure.
You join a tennis team, there's 8 kids on your team, and you're spending a lot of your time with them. So I was like, I'd rather join like club tennis if I wanted to and have like the 40 kids on my team and be able to do exactly what I want with it and not be so stuck with it.
Hey, you're right. I mean, there's Seren Agar. She'll be next. She's a BC player, Kelly. She's laughing in the background. So that's what you know who you are, right? You wanted a larger group, more fun. I mean, even the high school team has got, at least 12, right? I mean, they're kind of floating around. So at least you know that you wanted more of a camaraderie and more of an environment. Did you, you're starting freshman year. I mean, can you remember this whole thing? Did you feel pressure? Did you feel like, again, you just wanted to have fun? Or did you have any expectations for yourself? Did you set any goals for yourself in high school?
I definitely think at first I did intend to play in college until I got closer to it, and that was one of my goals. And then I kind of started to switch because I think you should use sports to get into like the best school possible.
Sure.
And when my academics could really get me into just as good of a school, if not better, I kind of was like, maybe I can put tennis as like my second thing and focus more on like what school I like best for myself, not just for tennis.
Yeah, you should talk to a lot of the parents. It's very smart thinking. I was talking about your goals in high school. Did you have a goal in high school to say, listen, I want to play number one because you played number one, or did you just feel like, hey, I want to make the team?
No. Going into high school, I was like, I'm going to play number one all 4 years.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah. And you did.
Yes.
And playing number one, did you feel like it was instant, like kind of being a leader? Did you feel like you wanted to... Did you feel a leader, or you just play your position and that's it, or do you feel like you got to guide the team and help them out at all?
I would say when I was a freshman, it was a little bit of both. There was a senior on my team. Do you know the Schroeders?
Oh, yeah.
Mary Margaret.
Yeah.
And she was our captain, and she was second singles, and, like, she was a great leader and kind of taught me how to, like, lead, especially as, like, a freshman, and knowing, like, a good balance between knowing my age and my position.
Okay.
So I would think, like, how much level of effort I was putting in, like, would kind of, like, lead the team. But
you're just saying leading by example.
Yes.
If I show great effort, everybody's going to do it. If I say something and I do another, it's just like anything else, and I don't show up on time or I'm lazy, they're going to be like, Kelly's not authentic. She's telling me to work hard. She's not showing up.
Yeah, especially when I was the youngest one, because I feel like I don't think we had any other freshmen on my team when I was a freshman, so I more so was kind of just trying to, like, show up early, work as hard as I could. And
did you set, like, did you have any goals for each season, a certain record? You wanted to win the counties? What did you feel, or did the goals increase, or did you just feel like, hey, listen, I'm just going to try my best and not have any expectations?
No, I definitely had more goals as time went on. I would say more so beating, like, specific people. Like, there were a lot of different teams that you would go against a few times, and, like, trying to focus on winning that match in particular, especially because in high school tennis, playing first singles, I feel like you're either playing someone really good or, like, you know what I mean?
There's a big gap in high school. She's saying there's a big gap in high school tennis. You can have 5 great teams, and then the next 12 are just not very good.
Yeah.
So how do you... Like, that's a weird situation. Sometimes when somebody's not really good, it's hard to deal with, too, sometimes. Like, did you find it better just to play someone? We always talk about pressures. Was it better to play someone that was just, you were not supposed to beat, or you're supposed to, or somebody you're supposed to beat? How did you feel that pressure?
It was always so much easier to play someone you're supposed to lose to. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, then you're just playing. Anything's good. You're not getting as mad at yourself. But when you're supposed to win and things aren't looking as good, start to get frustrated.
Well, that's what I tell the kids. They always want to play a better player when they drill. And I said, well, there's no pressure in that. You should play all these people below you and beat them, because most of the teams have lesser players than better players. There's probably, 10 really great players in high school.
Yeah.
And I said, you should beat all rest of them, and you'll have a great record. You'll have a 90% winning percentage. That's the problem, is we get all hopped up on the players we're supposed to beat.
Yeah.
So did you, in high school, did you feel like it kept you focused? Did you, like, if you could tell somebody wants to play on would you recommend playing on any type of team in high school for just discipline and focus?
Yes, definitely. I would think playing a team sport in high school taught me probably the most important lessons of, like, keeping a structure in my life too. Like, it takes away some of your time, but it also teaches you how to balance your time and get all your work done, which becomes very important, especially when you get to college and when you don't have something like that, having to be able to make these decisions of how you want to balance your time and prioritize things, I think. Yeah.
I always said the story that one year I got injured playing college tennis, and that was the worst semester I ever had.
Yeah.
Because I had all this free time. And when you have all this free time, you tend to take all this free time. When you don't have it, you're like, only got an hour to study, and I got to do this.
And you have to study as hard as you can. You're not checking your phone. And
I couldn't check my phone. It was too old back then. I was just checking the newspaper. Who knows? Who knows, George? So you would recommend high school tennis. Yeah. How did you, was the team, like, did you ever have a dynamic where people didn't get along? I mean, how do you deal with that? You don't have to mention any names. How do you deal with, you're in a team environment, you're just not getting along with a few people. How do you deal with it?
I don't think we ever had issues within our own team. I think the hardest thing was we had a switch of coaches once for my senior year, and our original coach was like, she had gone to Oak Knoll. She knew us all for so long. So I think bringing someone in, especially my year was in seniors, was a hard switch to change up, and they wanted to do everything differently. So like kind of having to, I was captain at the time, agree with the players and see where they're coming from, but also be like, at the end of the day, we have to respect how they want to do things because this is our last year and she's trying to switch how things are done. But
okay. That's hard. That's a hard thing to deal with, change, especially when you've been doing something for a certain amount of time for so long.
Yeah.
Do you have any things that pop in your head, losses that you hate or win? Well, anything you remember? I know it's a few years ago, but like a great win that you loved or an awful loss.
I can speak on both.
Yeah.
An awful loss. I think I lost at counties. It might have been my senior year to a girl, like you said before. It was a match I should have won.
Oh, I was there, I think. I think I watched that, yes.
You were. And I think I beat her a week later, but it was rough.
Yes.
And I think it just got in my head, and all of a sudden, nothing really was working out for me. But
it's a mental sport, George. It gets in
Yeah.
your head. Once it gets in your head, it sucks. You can't get, well, think about the match this weekend if you watched it. I mean, Sinner's up 2-0. He's got 3 championship points. He loses the match. Like, that's a tough one to get over.
Yep.
You know?
I think I came here after, though, and we worked through it.
Oh, she's banging. How about the best win?
Probably beating Alex Anderson one time.
Yes, that's a big
in
win.
the state finals. Yep.
Come out. You guys can play on court here, right here. That's Kelly.
Hi.
Come out. You can play out in this court real quick if you want to hit.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
She would always beat me the whole season. So the last match of the season,
That's
I
nice.
finally won.
That's nice.
Yep.
That's nice.
And Oaknall never really beat Kent Place, so that was nice too.
Yeah, that's Kent Place is one of those teams that's always good every year and all those things. And what are you gonna do? It happens. And Alex was a good player, you know, and the year that we'll go into that. Well, they were supposed to win the states and they didn't. They lost to East Brunswick. Remember that in that final? Whatever.
Yeah.
But did you guys ever go to the Tournament of Champions?
We won states the year of COVID, so they didn't have it.
Oh, they didn't have it. And they got rid of the Tournament of Champions, Kelly. They don't have it anymore.
So we were the year, it was, I think, my sophomore year.
Okay.
Yep, they didn't have it.
Okay. So what was your most rewarding season, you think? Like you just or something, maybe it was the most challenging one. What do you think was the most rewarding season for you?
I don't know. They were all great seasons. Maybe my junior year season.
And why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think I had the most fun playing tennis then. Whereas like freshman year and sophomore year, I always was like more worried about like winning and stuff. Whereas junior year, I was having fun playing.
Yeah, starting to enjoy it, and you start to realize, listen, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other? Hey guys. Any other advice you would give to a kid trying out? They're a freshman. They're nervous. What advice would you give them if they're in tryouts?
I would just tell them to relax, that you're going to play your best tennis if you are relaxed. Also, the coaches can tell how well you're playing, even if they know everyone's nervous, so it's not the end of the world. Like, there are second chances. If you lose a match, you can ask to play again, and it's not the end of the world. Knowing that kind of eases your nerves a little bit. And also, it's fun. Like, tennis a lot of times is by yourself when you go to tournaments and stuff, so this is the one time you get to actually have teammates and get to celebrate wins with someone other than yourself. So really look at it as like a fun experience.
I agree, because there's a lot of places, and I was telling George this, that don't force the kids not to play to be part of their academy or whatever in high school. They're probably not going to play on another team. This is the best time to do it. Play, enjoy the team thing. Being a professional, being a college player, it's only 1% really to be a Division I college player. It's very hard, so you should play on your team and enjoy it. Well, Kelly, this was fun.
It was fun. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for the time. Everybody, the answers and the actions, I appreciate it. See you next week. Hey, everybody. Hope you like the podcast. Please share it with your friends, anybody that you know, anybody that's into tennis, anybody that's into bettering themselves. Share it.